Good morning, children, and welcome everyone for online class of computer science. Children, as we have already discussed in our interactive session, that our first chapter name is data representations. And what is exactly a data representations? See, in the olden times, numbers we used to represent with the help of maybe fingers, counting stones, and so many traditional ways were there. But gradually, when the technology came, the numbers were represented into four different forms. That was known as data representations. So these four different forms were binary, decimal, octal, hexadecimal. Four different form of data representations. Now, when we talk about data, it can be both. It can be number, it can be character. Okay, datas can be both number as well as character. So numbers, there are four different way: binary, decimal, octal, and hexadecimal. There are four different methods or four different ways by which numbers were represented to a technology, to a computer. Okay, that's binary, decimal, octal, hexadecimal. This all the four number types, they have some radix and base. So what is radix and base? Radix and base means binary has a 2, decimal 10, octal 8, hexadecimal 16. How this number came? Binary, it consists of two numbers, that is either 0 or 1. Okay, 1 represent on, 0 represent off. So 1 and 0, 1 or 0 actually. So it's a 2, radix or base. So this part we can call it as radix or base. Decimal is 0 to 9. There are total 10 numbers, 0 to 9. Okay, so radix or base is 10. Octal 0 to 7, total 8 numbers are there. And hexadecimal is 0 to 9, then A to F. That means 10 is represented as A, 11 B, 12 C, 13 D, 14 E, and 15 is F. Okay, up to 15 because we are considering from 0. So 0 to 9, then A to F. Okay, that is hexadecimal. So its radix or base is how much? 16. Now what about the characters? Characters means the letters, alphabets. Not only English one, it may be Hindi, it may be Chinese, Jonka, okay, Japanese or any other country's letters. So these characters were represented in the form of ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. ISCI, Indian Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, Indian. EBC, DIC, and Unicode. Unicode is the latest one because it can consist of 65,536 different characters. That is more than enough. Okay. So children, ASCII, the full form as I have already told you, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay. It is of 7-bit. ASCII is of 7-bit. 7-bit means it can hold maximum character is 2 to the power 7, that is 128 characters. So ASCII is of 7-bit. So maximum character it can hold is how much? 2 to the power 7, that means 128 character. Almost English alphabet symbols and all are enough to stored in American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That's why our keyboards and all, they are following ASCII technologies. But ASCII was not only enough, so our Indian script also came. Okay, Indian script, that is Indian Standard Code for Information Interchange, ISCII, ISCII. Okay, ISCII is of 8-bit. 2 to the power 8, that means 256 character. It can store maximum of 256 character. 256 character can be represented in a computer. Okay, that's ASCII. Then comes is EBC DIC. Full form is Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code. Again I am saying, full form Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code. Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code. It is of 16-bit. It is of 16-bit. So it was also capable, not 16, sorry, it is of 8-bit. It is also 8-bit only. That means 256 characters here also. So this all had certain limitations. Maximum like ASCII, ISCII and EBC DIC, they can store was 256 character. So that was not enough. So what happens, like we have gradually so many different countries' languages, so many regional languages. So we need more and more character to be represented in a technology. For that, Unicode was discovered with 16-bit. Okay, 16-bit Unicode, which is capable of storing 65,536 characters. 65,536 character. That is more than enough. Almost every characters can be stored in Unicode. Okay, unique code. So right now we are following in a technology that is Unicode to represent the characters. So children, datas can be any raw facts or figures which we supply or which we input to the computer. That can be basically divided in two parts, number and character. Numbers are represented by 4 different ways: binary, decimal, octal, hexadecimal. This all has certain radix or base. Okay, characters are the alphabets or letters. They can be represented by, again, 4 different ways are there: ASCII, ISCII, EBC, DIC and Unicode. Among these, the most popular is Unicode, and even ASCII you can say it is a popular one, and Unicode. Actually, the features of ASCII, ISCII and EBC, DIC, this was utilized or used in Unicode. So when we talk about Unicode, the certain code which was used in ASCII, ISCII or EBC, DIC, that code is already present here. So Unicode will represent the other 3 characters also. So children, is this clear? How numbers and how characters are represented? Now let me show you how we can convert. Now what exactly is a convert? Convert means, see, actually the machine, computer, they follow only binary languages. That means decimal, octal, hexadecimal, we need to convert. Okay, we need to convert and we need to make computer understand in machine language only, binary language only. Then only the machine will process that. And after processing, the output, the information what computer produce will be in binary form that we people don't understand. So again that binary should be converted in either decimal, octal or hexadecimal. So this conversion technique, how we do that, I am showing you, just see. Okay, so see, first conversions, binary to decimal. Say binary number will take as 1010. This is a binary part. Radix 2. So let us convert to decimal part. So first what we'll do is we'll separate the binary digit and just place 2 below that. Just place 2, okay. Now we'll start the power from this directions 0, 1, 2, 3. The direction is this one, okay. Multiply with the above numbers. Then sum up. This is 0, this is 2, 0, 8. So final answer is 10. This is decimal part. So children, this is the way how we can convert any binary number into decimal form. Now let us go for vice versa, means opposite. Decimal to binary. Any number we can take. So let me take 12. This is a decimal. Oh sorry, this is decimal. Okay. Decimal has base 10. Decimal base is 10. So this 12 will divide by 2. And always we need to take a reminder. Two 6 are 12, reminder 0, 2 3 6, reminder 0, 2 1s are 2, reminder 1. So when you get 1 at the end, you need to stop there. The direction is from down to up. So 1 1 0 0. This is the binary form. So children, this is the way how we convert decimal to binary. It's very simple. Any numbers in this world, okay, the binary form which is consisting of 0 or 1, they can be converted to decimal form, okay. The technique is this one, and decimal numbers again, they can be converted back to binary form. The technique is this one. Clear children? Any numbers, okay. I'll be giving you some task also, some homework also, where you'll be learning by yourself how to convert binary to decimal as well as decimal to binary. Now let us see the another one. Now see here next, octal to binary. Let us take one octal number 472. This is octal. Let us convert this one to binary form. So what we'll do is we'll separate this one 472. Now, just now we have learned how a decimal number can be converted to binary form. Use the same technique. Okay, you'll find the 4 is 1000. This is 111. This is 010. Now you have to use 3 digit. Okay, that is must. For octal we use 3 digit for octal. Okay. Note, octal 3 digit. Hexadecimal 4 digit. So how came this one? Let me show you. Let us take 2. 2 1s are 2. Remainder is 0. So if you go from down to up, you get only 1 0. This 0 we have to add from our side. Okay. Same thing is applicable for 7 also. 2 3s are 6. 1. 2 1s are 2. 1. So here we have 3. No problems. And for 4, 2 2s are 4. Remainder 0. 2 1s are 2. Remainder 0. So you can see here. Is this clear, children? So how this 100, 111 and 010 came? Okay, that is simply like decimal. How we convert to binary. The same technique has been added. But the point you need to remember is octal number should contain 3 digits. If the digit is missing, you can add by yourself. Now see the next part. So we got finally this one. So 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0. This is the binary form. Okay children, understood this part? It's very simple. Logic is same, that binary decimal, decimal binary logic. Now let us go for reverse. Binary to octal. If you take the same numbers, which is binary, let us convert this one to octal form. Okay, so the logic is again very simple. So you have to just group, you have to group by 3. So grouping from this side, okay, grouping arrow will be this side. So 1 2 3. So this part and this part, there are 3 are there. So 0 1 0, again this is a binary form. You have to use the same technique which we have used for binary to decimal. So you will find this is 2, this is 7, this is 4. So finally 472, which is octal form. Okay, now you might be wondering that how this 2 came, how this 7, how 4. Just now we have learned how a binary number can be converted into decimal form. One example I am showing you, 0 1 0. You have to take 2, then you have to multiply. Remember this technique, and plus this is 0, this is 2, this is 0. So see, finally you get the answer to which I have written here. So in the same way, this 111 and 100 are converted to 4, 7 and 2. So children, this is the way how any octal number can be converted to binary, and again binary to octals. Is this clear children? Now let us move to hexadecimal and binary part. So see here, binary to hexadecimal. Let us take one number. Say 101011 010. So this is a hexadecimal. Okay. Now here, as the point I told, 4 digit, octal 3 digit, hexadecimal 4 digits. So just make a group. This is 16, which is known as hexa. If you make a group, 4 4 2 is there. So you have to add. So 1 part, 2 part, this 3 part. But here we have only 1 0. So 2 0 we have to add from our side. Okay. So 1010 is 1010. If you do in the decimal form, from binary to decimal, you will get 10. And 1011 is 11. And 0010 is 2. So we have 2, 11, 10. Okay. Now, if you represent in a hexadecimal format, 2 will be there, no problems. 11, if you go back again to the logic of hexadecimal, you had 0 to 9, then A to F. That means 10 is actually A and 11 is B. So 11 we have represented by B and 10 as A. So this is the answer. Clear children? Understood this part? It's very simple, nothing is there. Okay, main logic is that binary decimal, decimal binary. So let us go for the reverse part. To binary. Logic same. If you take the same example, to be a just break in the binary form. 2 we know, that is 1 0. B can be considered as 11, this can be considered as 10. So 1 0 1 0, this is 1 0 1 1. Okay, here, so if you join together, you will be having 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0. So this is known as binary. So children, when you are converting into binary, you don't have to add any additional part. But when binary is converted to hexa or binary is converted to octal, that time the grouping is from 3. Okay, clear children, this one? Understood how binary to hexa and how hexa to binary are converted. Now children, I'll be showing you some binary calculation, arithmetic part. Okay, so see this one. Binary arithmetic. Binary arithmetic. First, let us go for addition. What are the rules we need to follow for binary arithmetic? Okay, additions. You will get 0 plus 0, then 0 plus 1, 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1. So this many technique we have. 0 plus 0 will be 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, usually we have 2, but here we cannot write 2 because we have to go in binary form. So 1 plus 1 will be, sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. In this case, sum 1 and carry also 1. Okay, this is binary addition. When you have 1 plus 1, that time sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. And when you have triple 1, that time sum 1, carry 1. Binary subtraction. Binary subtraction. 0 minus 0, that is 0. 1 minus 0, 1. 1 minus 1, 0. That is 1, 0 minus 1 is 1. That is, you can say 0 minus 1, that is 1 with a borrow of 1. Okay, 1 0 minus 1. It is not 10 again, it is 1 0 minus 1. So 0 minus 1 becomes 1. Okay, with borrow 1. Multiplication. Okay, that is 0 into 0, 0 into 1, 1 into 0, 1 into 1, 0, 0, 0 and here 1. This is multiplications. And division, if you move to division, 0 divided by 1 and 1 divided by 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0, 1 divided by 1 is 1. So this is divisions. So children, binary arithmetic, we have 4 different parts: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. These are certain rules which I have given, you need to understand. Okay, so based on this also you will get some like homework. You will get 2 binary numbers and you need to either add, subtract, multiply or divide. Okay children. Now see, binary representation of number. Number means integers value. Okay, there are three different ways. Number one, sign magnitude representation. Sign magnitude representations. So what is actually a sign magnitude representations? This is conventional form. Okay, this is conventional form for number representation. Integers are identified by their signs, that is plus or minus. Plus 12, minus 12. Okay, like for example, if you take for examples plus 10, minus 10. Okay, both if you represent in a binary form, it will be 1 0 1 0. Here also 1 0 1 0. That means the positiveness or negativeness will not affect the number when we represent the number in a binary form. Okay, that is known as sign magnitude representations. There is no difference between negative sign or positive signs. Just we need to consider the number, integers value. Okay. Second part, second type of conversions we have is 1s complement. See, for 1s complement representation, like for example, find the 1s complement form of minus 13. Minus 13. So if you break the 13 to binary form, you will get 1 1 0 1. Okay. Now we have to consider it as 8-bit when we are dealing with any complement part, like either 1s complement or maybe 2s complement. We have to deal with 8-bit. So 40 we have to add from our side. So this part is of plus 13. Okay. Now minus 13. How will represent? Just convert, replace all the 1 by 0 and all the 0 by 1. So it will be 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 0. So this part is what? Minus 13. Okay, according to 1s complement. According to 1s complement, like positiveness will be going to the negativeness by replacing all the 0 by 1 and all the 1 by 0. You can check this one by another way also. Like suppose if you consider 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, all 8 bits on. Now subtract this plus part, that is 0 1 1 0 1. If you subtract it, you will get, see, which is equal to this part. According to 1s complement, what answer you get? Same thing you get when we subtract that positive part with all the bits on. Okay, so according to 1s complement, any positive numbers can be represented to negative numbers also by replacing 0 by 1 and 1 by 0. Clear children, this one? Now let us move to another part. Now the next part, number 3, is 2s complement representations. So according to 2s complement representations, first of all the number should be like complemented as 1s, then add 1. Okay, that means number first make it to 1s, then add 1. You will get the number in a 2s complement form. Say for examples, express minus 4 as 2s complement. Express minus 4 as 2s complement. So first of all, for binary form will be 1 0 0 so we'll add all zeros here, okay, and we'll make in 8 bits. Then according to 1s complement, okay, According to 1s complement, we get this part. Then we'll add 1 to the 1s complement part, and finally we'll get this one. So we can say minus 4 according to 2s complement will be 1 this part. So according to 2s complement, the number can be represented by, first of all, the numbers binary forms would be converted to 1s complement, then add 1, finally you get the result. So children, these are the three different way: sign and magnitude representation, 1s complement representation, and 2s complement representations. These are the three ways by which any binary can be represented in the form of number. Okay children, so this is all about our chapter 1. So this chapter is very simple: data representations, how numbers, how characters are represented in a computer. So that part we have learned. So based on this, some exercise are there that you need to do by yourself. Okay children.